Hello and welcome to the shed. In today's video I want to show you how to return that factory lustre to your Lubin hand planes or any other new hand planes that you buy. You can even use the same process on your vintage planes to bring that lustre of that cast iron or ductile steel back to life and back to the way it should be. So let's dive in here and we'll get started. As you can see here, which is inevitable, there's a little bit of ingrained dirt, a little bit of tarnish to the surface. You can see on this new Bailey, tarnishing to the surface. So how do we correct that? And that's what I want to show you. So what we're going to be using today is this ultra fine grey Scotch-Brite. When you're doing this, because this is porous, anything that you rub this back and forwards on, or the dirt, is going to come through and land on your workbench. So to that end, take precautions if you're doing it on your workbench and put out something to capture that so you don't get that metal ingrained in your worktop, which you don't want. So I'm just going to use this bit of newspaper here, if I can get it to stay here. So this is a very, very simple process, and you do want to follow this up with some protectant on that surface, whether it's 3-in-1 oil or some paste wax. You do want to protect it. So first of all, the Lubin, and it's a little difficult on newspaper that's moving, but we simply just move it back and forwards like so. And we can see that lustre's come out. We've got a little bit more ingrained dirt here. Sometimes it just needs a little bit more. I think that's actually a little bit of rust, which will require a little bit of sandpaper, but you can see the lustre is being brought back up. Let's just use it on the other side. And it's brought that nice beautiful lustre back to the hand plane. How we saw this one. Move it back and forwards a little bit on the surface. We can see we're still bringing some of that off because this actually had a little bit of a paste wax on it, and so that's going to take a little bit longer, but you just continue with that process. And these new Baileys are not the best for this because they have a very rough casting, but it does still work. And you can see if we keep working that, it'll take that sort of lacquer finish off and bring us back to a shine, but that's going to take some time, and I'd probably use a little bit of light sandpaper for that one. And just to show you, this is the hand plane that I restored in a video, the best one on the channel, how I restored this one with vinegar, and we can see it's picked up a little bit of tarnish since that video. So once again, on here, we can see it's brought a nice little lustre up. You still got that patina that was there after it was restored, but we've brought a nice lustre back to it, and you can compare it to this side, how this is dull. So it's done a good job. And if we move this out of the way, you can see how there's a lot of powder on the surface. That's what I was talking about. You can see it all on my fingers. That's that fine dust and dirt and grime and metal shavings that have come off the hand planes. So do be very careful with this. You don't want to breathe this in. It'll stay on the surface, but that's why I like to use something like newspaper. Fold it up like that. No risk to you with that dust. Throw it in the bin. And you're done. So there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video on showing you how to sort out the lustre and sort of tarnish to the surface of your hand planes, and how you can bring them back looking almost brand new with very little effort and without harming the hand planes. Now obviously I had a little bit of spot of rust there on that Lubin, which means that I would have to go to either a coarser Scotch-Brite to help remove that, or maybe to some very light sandpaper. But this process of Scotch-Brite is a very effective process and won't harm the surface of your metal, and it'll just bring it back to that luster that you're looking for, because this stuff is just as fine as a 4/0 steel wool, which is why I have it in stock instead of my steel wool. This is what I'm going to be using from now on for finishing, because it doesn't break down like the steel wool. So that is what you're looking for. I'll leave the number to this type of Scotch-Brite down below in the description, so you can find it if you want to find some for yourself. I might even leave a link to where I found this one. So if you like this video, please do like and subscribe down below. While you're down there, do sound off in the comments. Is this a process you're familiar with? Is this a process you've used to fix up the tarnish to the surface? Or do you use another process? I'm eager to find out. Do leave it down below, and we can start a discussion down there about what some of you out there use. And if you'd like to see another great video such as the one here today, do check out the video up here where I go through how I prevent tarnish and rust in the workshop. Of course, it's not 100% effective, but do check that out if you're interested. Bye for now.